The skin, of course, you are right in saying, is an extraordinary thing. I mean, it is almost unlike any man-made item. It's one of the most waterproof things, obviously, one of the most durable, one of the strongest and yet stretchiest. I mean, it is a remarkable achievement.
Yeah. 1 square inch of skin, right, has 4 yards of nerve fibres.
In what? In 1 inch?
In 1 inch, square inch of skin. It's got 1,300 nerve cells and 100 sweat glands in a square inch of skin, and 3 million cells, right? And 3 yards of blood vessels. Those tiny little things, and they make up 3 yards worth.
But I understand you need the blood bit, but the nerves, I'd shorten the nerves.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't have as many nerves. I think if I could change it...
Well, it depends, because there are different amounts per square inch. You've got less on the back of your hand than on the finger tips, obviously, and I think the most nerve endings are near your spine. Tip of the penis. Well, that's probably going to be quite sensitive.
Unnecessary, isn't it?
In that
unnecessary?
It is, really.
Why is it unnecessary?
Because I'd say what you want, I think you need them in your fingers because you're picking up hot stuff.
Sure.
I've never put my knob somewhere that I thought I didn't feel that.
There's a quote. There's a quote.
If you're sticking it somewhere bad, well, you shouldn't be, so it's your own fault, isn't it? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just for your penis to be able to identify hot stuff. No. I think it's for other reasons why it's super sensitive.
Is that hob hot enough for your soup?
Well, hang on, let me just check.
You've got a thermometer here. We don't need a thermometer. Well, no. The thermometer's not accurate. Well, it is. It's a mercury thermometer. Well, you need some. I don't want a reading. I want a feeling.
No, you don't need it in that bit.
Well, the penis is sensitive, I assume.
Because of the sexual stimulation?
Yes, because you need to...
You don't need the nerves for that.
Well, you do, yeah, because you need... Well, something needs to stimulate it for it to know, to send a thing to your brain, and you go, alright, we're mating here, we need to get half our genetic material to that egg. I lost him, didn't I?
Yeah.
When did I lose him, though?
When you tried to explain how babies are born.
Carl, every human being spent about half an hour as a single cell.
I've heard about
that. What do you mean, you've heard about that?
I remember reading it. I read it. I think I went to the Science Museum, and it was on the wall. And I just thought, oh, I would have hated that.
What, being a single cell?
For half an hour.
But then when was there ever a chance of a single cell knowing anything?
Yeah, if you look at it like that, it's not a problem, yeah.
It never was a problem.
Why are they telling us then?
Oh, for God's sake!
This is a guide to. We're trying to educate. I mean, this is for people to, it's just an interesting discussion, isn't it? So we are going to come up with some facts. There are going to be some things that we don't know the answer to. There's going to be many things you don't know the answer to. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes we learn something. Sometimes we don't. It's just adding to the debate, really. I just thought it was quite an interesting fact.
What do you think when you read that? What goes on in your head?
I think it's incredible that that's how it starts.
That you
one
go
cell,
from there
that
to
then it divides and divides again.
A cognizant being.
Yeah. That every cell knows what it's got to do. It's remarkable. It's remarkable. DNA. Stunning.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not more weird stuff knocking around. I've always said that.
But what's weird?
Just something that doesn't look like the rest of us.
Nothing looks like the rest of us. There's nothing. What's weirder than
people-wise? I mean, how many people are in the world? 6 billion.
6 billion.
6 billion people. Yeah, you don't walk down the street, and I'd expect every 5th person to be like, "What is that? Look at his head. He's got 3 legs.
Why?
Why is the arm on the back of his head? Why isn't there more defects in it?"
Well, there has been.
Not that many. Do you know, like that Total Recall?
Yeah.
Like that. Where everyone's a little bit weirder. I mean, there's only so much you can do. I mean, even in that film, there was a woman with 3 tits. I'm not talking about having like a shoe for a head. I'm just talking about the weirdness.
He's amazing, isn't he?
I just mean,
You'd like to see more. You'd like to see more 3-titted women. Is what you're saying?
Oh, one.
We'd all like
I mean,
to
it
see
doesn't
that.
matter. Mix it up. At least then it's a bit more of a surprise what you're going to get.
One giant boob.
And it's a shame because it does make the world more interesting.
But what's more interesting than the world, than the
you're
natural
endlessly
diversity?
bored. You're endlessly bored by the world as it is. We're amazed. We sit here amazed by these facts, by thinking about the cosmos. You're endlessly bored by
Just
it.
a
Always looking
discussion.
for something new and weird and alien.
Do you know they've estimated that there might be about 5 million species of animal, right? But they think there might be another 20 million all insects. So they've stuck it at about 1, but they wouldn't be surprised if there's another 20 million species of insect.
I wouldn't.
Right, okay.
Well, thanks very much.
No, because you start off with the big stuff, don't you? If someone comes along, I mean, I'm still surprised when they say things like, we found a new duck. And I think, well, that's not hard to find. If you're talking about bacteria, I'd go, well done, where did you find it?
No, that's the other way round. A new elephant? Wow, really?
No.
Where was that hiding?
No, I'd be annoyed that someone's not found it. If it's not my job to find new stuff,
Right,
so it's not my problem.
right.
But if someone's on the payroll,
Right.
and they're out there trying to find new species,
There's
and they
no-
go,
there's no
we
one on the
found a new
payroll."
llama, I'd go,
Right.
well, where's it? Why have you missed this?
Right.
Annoyed.
Yeah.
Not, wow, there's a new llama.
No, but it's harder to find. Attenborough, he's been out doing his job for years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He was excited that he found a small frog. He found a frog, he stuck it on his finger. He said, I've been looking for that for ages. And you could see
Did
he
he
was,
check under the microwave, down the back of the couch?
he was delighted.
Yes.
He was chuffed. I was chuffed for him. He'd been
Yeah.
looking for it for ages.
Right.
Now, the thing is, respect due to him there. His eyes aren't as good as they used to be.
Right.
He found a small
He's
frog.
been looking for it. He kept looking. I'd have given up if I was him. But he kept looking. He found it. There it was, a little frog on the end of his finger.
Right.
It wasn't on his finger all along, was it?
I've got more respect for him finding that,
Yeah.
something so small, than someone else whose job it is to also be rooting round for new stuff, coming round the corner with an elephant, saying, look what I've got. I've been looking for this.
Yeah, but that's not
You
what
haven't been
happened.
looking hard enough.
Then no one's looking for an elephant and has failed to find it.
They don't
You're
know what they're
annoyed
looking
with
for.
these people
Yeah.
who are on the payroll
Yeah.
looking for elephants
By
and failed to find
definition,
them.
they're not looking for new species because they don't know they exist. It's a surprise. No one goes out and goes, what are you looking for today? I don't know. Say a letter. D? Duck then. Let's look for a new duck. Where are you going to look? Pond. Alright.
I know, but sometimes it's the slightest thing. I mean, we've done
Yes,
a lot
it
on
is.
insects.
Yes, it is,
But
yeah.
they go, I found a spider with like an orange leg, or a fish that swims upside down. It's like, put it the right way up. I mean, it's not worth noting. I'd say it's got to be a dramatic difference.
Right. Right.
You're such a bag of contradictions. You'd be annoyed with someone who found a new elephant. You'd think that was a sizable discovery, but no, that would piss you off because they should have found it before. They find a fish just swimming around upside down, put it out the right way.
How
Isn't that-
different does the elephant need to be? It comes around the corner, you go, that's just like another elephant. How does it have to be different? Right? What to you has to be different?
To the point that I don't know it's an elephant.
Well,
That I
then-
go, like our hippos related
What
to
would
a
it look
whale.
like then?
Well,
we're all related. We're all related.
no, we're not though.
Yes,
are
we
That's
are,
a
yeah.
daft thing to say that.
No, we are all
we're not
related.
all
It's just a
related.
matter of degrees.
Um,
You understand what it means to be related to your brother, don't you?
yeah.
So you understand what it means to be related to your cousin.
Yeah, it starts getting a little bit.
Really? Already at cousin?
Yeah,
Already
there's
at cousin?
cousins I don't
It-
talk to. I haven't seen cousins.
Right, well, so let's forget chimp then.
My dad said over Christmas that who do you think you are was on. He said, oh, why don't you do that? I said, because it's looking up dead people. There's cousins who I don't even talk to.
Yeah, true.
I've no idea.
It
who
annoys
these-
me when they cry about their great-great-grandmother.
Who they didn't even know.
They're like, yeah.
Don't even know them. Don't even know him. And all it's going to do is dig up problems, innit? You're going
Yeah.
to find someone out who did something wrong and you're going to get the blame for it. I don't want to know. If my cousin was Einstein, very nice.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's
If
going to
your
add
cousin
extra
was
pressure.
Einstein, then you really are an underachiever.
No, but do you know what? If he was, I'd know about it.
I don't reckon you would know about it.
I reckon
I don't
I would.
reckon your family would be that impressed with Einstein.
They
He
would have
was-
stayed in touch.
He
would
was
they?
always the weird one with the scruffy hair and his tongue out.
Yeah.
No, I reckon The stuff we know is enough now, and all we tend to do is find problems.
All the mysteries still in the world. The
What a prick.
mind-body problem.
What a prick.
How to save the world.
Yeah, but we're not, are we? We know it's dying. We don't know how to fix it.
Not yet, we don't.
Turn your lights off.
But then we
You
didn't.
turn yours off. Just get sick of it. Leaflets through the door all the time. Turn your eating off. Turn the lights off. Living like a mole.
I love his little internal dialogues out loud. They're fantastic. The little discussions he has with himself. Oh, I can't wait till he's old. That's going to be amazing. Us three, when we're about 75, 80, he's fucking moaning. Oh, we're in a little home together. I just fucking hell! Oh, Carl! Do you remember when you were 73? No, do I fuck?
Tell us the tic-tac anecdote again.
Oh, what a fucking useless bunch of cunts!
I very excited because Peter Crouch is in the tournament. Now, Peter Crouch...
You identify with him, don't you?
I love Crouchy. He's exactly the same height as me, 6'7".
He's sort of lanky and awkward looking.
Right, but brilliant. I mean, still a very... let's not forget that he is playing in the national squad.
Yeah.
He is a striker. He's got an excellent track record of scoring for England. Admittedly, maybe not in the super top important games, but nevertheless... Tremendous.
He's like
track
your
record.
role model. He's like your pin-up.
He's a role
isn't
model.
he?
He wrote an autobiography, which I was going to call my autobiography, Tall Stories. Crouchy got there first, but good luck to him. I give it to him.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him to do that. I once got someone who came up to me in a club once and said, "Are you Peter Crouch?" I said, "Yeah." I thought, she thinks I'm Crouchy. What's the problem? Let's see how far we can get with this before the truth will out. But I was
I
disappointed.
didn't know you wore glasses.
No, exactly. I'm sort of off duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't wear them on the field. But
Do you think he'd have had a different career if he'd have worn glasses from the age of 5, like you?
this is one of the reasons I've not been a great footballer. Have you ever seen me doing any form of athletics or sport?
No.
Because I like to think I look quite elegant. I feel like I'm actually in control of it. But when I look back, if someone's videoed it, I look like one of those giant costumes in It's a Knockout. You know what I mean? Where the arms are flapping and they sort of just fall over.
No
and they-
real expression on their head. Yeah.
But one of the things I was disappointed at, I was looking at, because obviously around this time of the year there's lots of advertising because of the footballers are all getting endorsements. And I was looking to see what each one was doing. And Wayne Rooney, he's got endorsement deals with Nike, with Nokia, with Coca-Cola. Lampard, Pepsi and Adidas. Peter Crouch, you know what he's advertising?
Go on.
Pringles. It's not the coolest one, is it? Pringles. I mean, even the name Pringles. Really?
I know. It's sort of like an insult, isn't it?
It is.
Who's that Pringle? Is that, hold on.
Is that Crouchy?
No, it's Steve Merchant.
I mean, I love Pringles.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased to see Crouchy's associated, but I was disappointed.
Don't bother mentioning Pringles thinking you'll get some free Pringles, because he went on about Munches, and then we got another fucking sniff.
Well, true.
What do you think of that, Carl?
But are you a fan of Crouchy? You must be,
They're all much of a muchness.
That's not
Honestly,
true, is it? That's nonsense.
I didn't want to come in here and start talking about football. I'll watch it.
What do you mean you didn't want to come in here and say, what a thing to say?
What?
Imagine Gary Lineker going, hello, welcome to BBC, I didn't want to be here today, talk about football, fed up, I've got better things to do.
No, but it's something you talk about. I mean, it's ridiculous coming in here talking about it before we've even kicked a ball. Who knows what's going to happen? If there's one thing that's good about it, it's that, innit? Not knowing.
Well, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand all this punditry, why we have a 3-hour build-up, then they talk about it half time, then they talk about it for half hour afterwards. I mean, for me, it's like, it's kick-off, who won? They did, 3-1. Alright, cheers, let's get on with work.
But also, we like the whinging after. We are, this country loves a moan. They love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Love a good moan. I don't know how we'd be if we won. We'd go, alright, what was he talking about?
Yeah.
See, back in 1966, people weren't as miserable.
No?
Okay, hang on, I'd like to hear this theory extrapolated.
Well, they weren't, were they? People were, the war had happened, like, not that long ago.
Right.
People getting on with it. 66, everyone's smart, you dressed up if you went out. They weren't on as much money.
The footballers.
Footballers. It was just a game of football. Whereas now, it's like all this build-up going on. Just get on with it. You know, I'm sick of it. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of hearing about it.
I'm with you. I do think it's ridiculous that there's a match and the programme before it's like 2 hours before it and then an hour afterwards.
Well, that's just a shameless attempt to keep people. I mean, let's be honest. You and I have been guilty of being involved with that, haven't we? We've done various little skits and sketches in the past.
But that's fun. I mean, that we do that for us, not for them.
Yeah.
I don't care whether people like it or not. I did it because it was fun. I dressed up you and a dwarf. The day doesn't get better than that.
Well, I was in a pub watching that year, and I'd forgotten that we'd done that, or at least that it was going to be shown that day. So I'm in this pub, it's crammed, obviously, and that comes on, the telly's on the big screen, and suddenly that's that sketch, right? A couple of things annoyed me. One, no one was paying attention. I was furious. I was thinking there's a couple of good-looking birds here. Look, at least on the fucking telly. Oh, look at the telly. Me in the sketch with Ricky Gervais and Warwick Davis and Dwarf. I'm playing Crouchy. No one, not paying attention. The few that were, not amused at all. Could not get... My mother, of course, remember, famously said that's the funniest thing you've ever done. Which we knocked off in about 20 minutes. No one in the pub seemed interested. And then a few people, like, looked round, looked at me, looked at the screen, sort of shrugged, carried on going. Nothing. But also kind of, it is embarrassing, that situation.
I was on a flight, internal flight in America, and, you know, on the internal flights, you don't get individual screens. They give you individual players, but there's also screens all down the aisle for people, right? But Ghost Town was on.
Ooh.
Looked over, someone watching the extras. and I had to make sure that at no point did I glance up at the screen, like he's watching himself, and make sure I flicked over whenever it came up The Office or Extras.
Yeah, if I'm on the tube and I'm flipping through the paper, sometimes there'll be an interview with you that I'm not aware is going to be in the paper, and I have to flip on by because I don't want a bloke on the tube going, "Oh, reading about your mate, are you?"
Yeah,
don't get enough of him, do you? Need to be reading. You know what I mean?
I know. Carl,
have you been recognised? Do you ever get recognised much?
Yeah, now and again, but I haven't done anything of any worth ever. It's almost like recognising a neighbour or something, because they sort of go, it's him, and then the other one might go, what's he do? Oh, I don't know. It's not like I've done something
of any worth
yet.
Yeah.
None of us have done anything of any worth. It's all relative to the entertainment industry. You know, whatever you think of The Office, you know, I'm very proud of it, but I haven't secured a bunker in enemy territory. I haven't given a kidney away. Do you know what I mean? It's all relative. It's just, did you entertain anyone? Did you, you know, bring a smile to someone's face? Was it a laugh? I think you're forgetting all those emails I pass on to you for those people that have had traumas in their lives. You know, the earthquake victim. There's people that have lost relatives or had, you know, terrible life-threatening diseases, and they say the podcast got them through. Doesn't that warm the cockles of your heart?
Well, normally it's gone straight to you, hasn't it? And you just forward it me on, so it's almost like spam to me. It doesn't feel as special because it's like, here you go, look at this, you know.
Unbelievable. I've got the new iPad. I've had it for a few months actually. It got sent to me by the inventor. That's who you're dealing with there, Steve.
Bloody hell.
You've got it, aren't you?
Still getting free shit.
My favourite app on this is it. Look, you just type in what you want it to say, and it says it.
Carl has got a head like a fucking orange. The cunt.
That's good, that.
It's almost certainly what it was designed for.
I haven't seen that on the advert.
Carl has got a head like a fucking orange. The cunt.
That's great. She sounds like a Radio 4 news announcer.
So what is that for?
For doing that.
Carl has got a head like a fucking orange.
Right.
The cunt.
Yeah.
Did I mention his round head?
Good. Right then, so
I think I first became really excited by the World Cup that famous year when Maradona did the handball. Do you remember what was that, 1986?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so exciting. Because obviously he'd been so brilliant in that tournament. And then he did cheat, as we all know.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? Do you remember that moment, Carl?
Well,
that was very formative for me.
I know what I made of it.
The cunt.
I don't know, isn't cheating part of all games now?
Hang on, here we go. This is controversial. There's a lot of young people who look up to Carl as a role model.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the world we live in now, isn't it? It's get what you can, how you can.
But what's your feeling? Are you the sort of person, I mean, have you ever cheated in a game? Are you that sort of person?
I just think my dad does it a lot.
What, in board games and that?
Yeah, just cards, you know, Monopoly.
How does he cheat at Monopoly?
Just nicks a lot of the money.
I'll just straightforward nix the money. I hadn't thought of that. I love that.
But how do you not notice even doing it? He
Because
doesn't
I'm
understand.
busy looking at, you know, what properties I've invested in and
Sure.
stuff. And the money's just there, isn't it?
See, I don't see the point of cheating.
No, I
at
don't. I say
Monopoly.
that to him. I say, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. But to him, he's broke the system, hasn't he? He's got round the rules. What do you mean I can only have that much? Who says I can? Bosh. Get some more money. Buy some more hotels. And in a way, that's life, innit? All people with loads of money now, you kind of go, have they made that honestly?
Right.
You know, I pass big houses in London and I think, gangsters, gotta be gangsters to have a house like that.
Yeah.
There's no way a normal job, someone who's... Because I know, I'm trying to make money. And I know how hard it is to make money. Because the more money you make, the more hands are out there, taking little bits. So how the hell has this man bought this house? It's gotta be a crook. And
So
that's
do you yourself cheat? Would you consider yourself a cheater? Are you honourable?
in games.
Well, just generally, do you cheat on anything?
No, do you know what? The other week, I'd had a cup of tea and some fish and chips at this pub, and they only took for one. And I went back the next day and said, "Oh, you didn't charge me for my fish and chips."
What a fucking moron.
I paid. No, I didn't tell her about the tea though.
Got a free tea.
The free tea, yeah. I just thought, well, you know, it's pretty good that I've gone back to pay for that. How much is a tea bag? The water's free.
Yeah.
I'll have that for free. So that, again, that's just me. It's like the Mars bar and the paper round. It's me going, well, I've been good. The fish would have cost money. Potatoes are pretty cheap, but I'll pay for it. But for my goodness, is a little gift. Have a free cup of tea.
But who's giving you the right to make that decision?
That's me. That's me. I'm deciding there.
Right.
I'm in charge. I didn't have to go in there. I didn't have to go back and pay. But I went back and paid. Tell you what, Carl, treat yourself. How's that? Have the cup of tea. All right, I will do. There's the fish and chips. If she was good at her job, she'd have remembered. I thought she would have done. In a way, it annoyed me that she didn't go, "Oh yeah, so you did. Well done. Thank you very much for coming back."
Right.
She just was like, "Did you?"
Not
she
enough
looked at me.
gratitude. I know what you mean.
She looked at me like we didn't even know.
Yeah.
I was worrying about a staff member
Getting
sort
fired or
of getting
something.
done
Yeah.
or having to pay for it.
I know where you're coming at there.
My mum and dad don't even remember
So-
me then.
And it's weird.
I remember must have been about 2 sitting on a potty surrounded by Lego. I remember that very strong image I have of that.
No, I don't remember that.
No, you wouldn't remember that, were you? Would
you weren't there, were you? What do you mean? What, you don't remember Steve sitting on a potty surrounded by Lego?
No, I mean, I can't remember having a potty. I remember having one of them.
I'm not suggesting you have the
You
same
used to go
memory.
in a fucking litter tray. Now I know why, to eat a Tic Tac while you're having a shit.
But okay, so what is your very first memory?
The one that cropped up the other day was having my eyes sort of glued together by...
Gangsters. Where's the fucking Tic Tacs?
no, I was,
the whole truck for you, go.
when I was on holiday and I slept near the window and the window was open and I used to wake up in the morning with my eyes shut. My mum and dad thought I was having a lovely lie-in. I just couldn't open my eyes.
But whoa, I don't understand. Why were they?
I'm gonna burst.
Whoa,
What do you mean?
Why were they glued? Why were they? What do you mean they were glued?
Wait, but why didn't you say, Mum, Dad, I'm not asleep. My eyes are glued together.
It's just that you get a build-up on
Yeah.
the eyelashes.
Yeah, yeah.
And it all...
But when they came in and you could sense them looking
I didn't know
at
they
you-
were there.
What do you mean? Why didn't you say so? So you lay there dead still?
Well, you should have sprinkled some Tic Tacs around the bed, and you'd have heard them crunching in as they came in.
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean?
So that's
your
my
eyes.
earliest memory.
Wait. So your eyes are stuck together. You're lying there. You're still. You're awake, but you can't open your eyes, so you don't say anything.
Yeah.
What? Why? What?
What,
Every
so your-
day?
It
Your
happened
memory
a
of-
lot. It happened a lot.
But your memory was that this was scary to you because you thought you'd gone blind.
Probably, and it hasn't happened since, so it's something you remember happening, isn't it? It's like the kidney stone thing. That will always stay with me because it's like I was in agony.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying about trauma. It's quite frightening when you're a kid and you can't open your eyes.
So we don't remember
You were
trauma.
saying you don't remember trauma.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
it
Do you remember that
wasn't
conversation we had a few minutes ago?
Maybe it's because I had time to lie there and think about it. Because I sort of wonder that if having vision does get in the way.
No, that's a good one.
Okay, go on, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, go on.
Well, just your eyes are, you know.
Go on. What are they?
They're the thing that makes you do the things you want to do, aren't they? Your eyes.
What do you
at the end
mean?
of the
What do
day.
you mean? Interesting. Go on.
Everything. You might want to. You might like drawing.
Right.
your eyes.
That's an example, though, isn't it? Because then you might like music, and you don't need your eyes for that, do you?
Well,
you need
yeah,
your ears,
because you still got to find your way to the record shop to find the record you want.
Someone could put it for you, or you could.
What I mean is your eyes.
Wonder,
say rather
You
than
might like smells. You might be a perfume.
let me just think.
The nose, don't you? Wine tasting, just.
I've just always thought blind people
Go on.
are probably good listeners.
Right, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Which means that they'll be more brainy.
Possibly.
They won't waste their eyes on watching rubbish telly.
No.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
But bear in mind, you learn a lot, don't you?
Yeah,
Just from what you see, you
Swings
absorb a
and
lot of
roundabouts.
information from
Swings
what you
and
see.
roundabouts.
yeah, but blind people are going to say, right, I'm not going to be defeated here.
Right.
I'm going to make sure that I still feed my brain with stuff.
Right.
Whereas if you've got eyes, your eyes can sometimes say, well, don't listen to that intelligent thing there.
Yeah.
Watch some rubbish on the telly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Your eyes are saying that, are they? Who are they talking to? Are they?
I'm just saying, if you've got eyes,
Yeah, they're talking to you.
you're more drawn to things
Drawn.
that keep
What are you drawn to, though?
keep your eyes
Go on, what are you saying?
interested. It's like everything.
Right.
It picks your food for you.
Does it?
No,
Yeah, it does. It
doesn't.
does. Of course it does. That's why they advertise food in a way that look, those adverts on the telly. Look at
So-
this. This isn't an ordinary pasta.
Yeah.
Is
So
yeah,
you'd eat a nice plastic apple, would you? It looked like an apple. Eat it.
presentation is 90% of what goes on now in this world. Whether it's clothes,
Is that a
That's
statistic that you
because
picked up from
you
somewhere?
know what the thing you like looks like. So you recognise it. You go, oh, I like that. You don't go, oh, I like the look of that. I ate it last time and I like the look of it as I was eating it. You go, I know what that is. That's the thing that tasted good.
not always.
No?
I think there's a lot of cakes out there, and I've been conned where my eyes have gone, that looks good. I'll go, can I have one of them? And I get it, and it's just like air with cream on it.
But
There's
that's
nothing,
you,
there's
Are
no
you
enjoyment.
furious with your eyes at that point?
but
Well,
you
it's a
just
bit
contradicted
annoying.
your own point.
No, I haven't. I've said my eyes have said this is what you want,
Yeah.
and I've been disappointed with it.
So so your eyes shouldn't pick your food then, should they? Really?
They shouldn't,
No.
but they do.
What again? The next time you get the eyes go again. Remember
Well,
that?
yeah, I'll sort of go, hang on a minute. You remember last time? This is different.
You are the strangest
It's
man
not. There's
I
not
have
weird.
ever met.
There's nothing weird about
You
that.
are the strangest person
not.
I've ever met.
So are
it's
you
not.
mistrustful of your eyes? You
You
don't
are.
trust anything you see now, you query it, question it.
Here's a clearer way of describing it.
Go on.
Holiday brochure.
Right?
Your eyes, look at it. Look at this villa here. Look at that, it's got its own pool close to all the amenities. Get there, my eyes. What have you picked? Because it's not
What?
as
Who's
good.
arguing now? Who's angry with your eyes?
Were your eyes angry then?
No, I was angry.
Okay, so your mouth and brain are angry with your eyes?
Because one, my nose has kicked in. I'm next to the bins.
Right, okay.
You couldn't see that in the brochure. The eyes couldn't see
that's
that.
true.
The bottle banks again. They're close by. My ears are going, what's the racket?
Yeah.
My eyes are going, sorry.
What? Your eyes are saying sorry?
I'm just saying, you can't trust your eyes.
I
I
don't really
love this.
care. I'm surprised they felt guilt.
I love the fact that his sense of human biology is based on the numbskulls.
I don't know why you must pick stuff based on what your eyes thought initially.
Well, it depends.
But Carl, they're not detached in this separate way. They're not different operatives, all with different agendas. It's all connected.
It should be.
If I look at a picture in a brochure, a magazine, and I think, oh, that looks nice, my brain instantly says, be careful though, because that's a publicity tool in order to try and sell me this particular deal. Chances are it doesn't look exactly in real life like it does in the brochure. I'm instantly thinking that. I'm not going, hey, I'll book that. And then 2 weeks later I get there, I can't believe I'm fucking disappointed. Ears, what do you make of it? Well, I'm livid because I can hear some fucking racket.
All I'm saying is you don't see that many disappointed blind people.
You don't see that many disappointed blind people.
They're not let down that much. They're not let down.
Spurious. You've got no information for that, no evidence for that at all. You've just made that
You
up.
don't see many disappointed blind people. I've always been fascinated in biology in general, and I remember when I was about 13 or 14, I got this book, Man's Body, an Owner's Manual. I was fascinated buy it.
It's like a sort of textbook, is it? About the human body?
It's great though, because it's got absolutely everything from, you know, life and death. And then I was worried that you could chart when you die, from sort of things like, you know, where you were born, socioeconomic group, have you had fill-ins, and all that. Oh, I'd worry it, and you give yourself point system. But it's a fascinating book. It's got everything, and of course, all the stuff about male sex organs. You know, I can't think of the number of men that went home and got a ruler after reading about averages.
Yeah.
There's a nice little chapter here.
What is the average?
You have to push really hard with the ruler until it's sort of like going right into your stomach, and then you can get it up to like 2 or 3 inches. Lovely chapter here on sexuality. I want to read one. This is under the homosexual activities. It goes into what they like. Anal sex. It explains what that is. It's anal sex. This is inserting the penis into the partner's anus. Normally with the aid of an artificial lubricant, so it gives you all the details there. Now, in addition to anal intercourse, many homosexuals have practiced fisting, inserting a hand or fist or other objects into the anus as a form of sexual stimulation. Experience has shown, however, that this practice should be avoided, since it can cause gay bowel syndrome. No, I'd never heard of that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gay bowel syndrome.
Gay bowel syndrome. Fissures, like lesions and stuff, and other damage to the walls of the rectum. So you'd go to the doctor and go, oh, I've got a problem. He goes, well, you've got gay bowel syndrome. Are you gay? Yes, I am. Yeah. All right. Well, have you been sticking another man's fist up your anus? Yeah. Yeah. We like that. Okay. Well, my advice to you is to stop that, because it's causing damage. Oh, thank you, doctor. I'm not going to stop it, by the way. I'm not going to stop it. I'm going to carry on doing that, and then just keep coming back here with a sore ass, if that's all right. And you can just fix it, can you? Because in fact, I'm going to go home now and do it, even though you've told me that I probably shouldn't. I'm going to gay bowel syndrome, you say? Carl, what do you think about that? Sticking a fist up your ass?
Wasn't meant to be, was it? I mean, it's not, you know, it's going to do damage, isn't it? It's like, you've got to know when to stop putting stuff in a carrier bag. And it's the same as that, isn't it? Because it rips.
Yeah.